going on?
So we are back again for part 2.
Bird Talks 2.
Oh, you see, look, shameless plug. New series, Bird Talks. So we are back again for part 2 because we started seeing some interesting questions in my DMs after we recorded the first one. So I guess we could just jump right into it.
Okay. Question number 1.
Question numero uno. How you two met?
So you go first. No, alright. So we met in BMCC.
Yeah. Okay. So we both
First year college. First year college. First year college and some class. Some type of.
It was speech.
Speech. Alright, speech class, and
I remember everything. I want to know how you're really gonna tell this story because we haven't spoken about it in a while. But I literally to the
I
T.
have to say right now. So, and I sat in the back of the classroom, and she sat in the front. And every time she would leave, I would watch her butt. So I don't know when she caught on.
I had a butt back then, guys. I had a little cute little thing.
So I don't know when she caught on, but eventually she sat in the back with me. We exchanged Facebooks.
I'm gonna tell my side.
We exchanged Facebooks, and the rest is history.
Now my version. So, I mean, you know what? Should we insert some pictures of how we looked back then? Cause no shade to you. I don't know why I was talking to her. So I came in class. I was all about like my work and everything. And I always saw him sleeping in the back. Why was I concerned? I don't know.
Why was I concerned?
I don't know, because this is a stranger, right? So I'm just like, why am I concerned about this guy sleeping all the way in the back corner of the classroom, right? So I was just like, okay, I don't know if the class was boring. I don't know what. I was just like, let me sit in the back. This is so weird. Let me sit in the back too. That's why I was having sex, because it makes no sense to me. Okay, so I went and that day I sat in the back right next to him. I think wasn't it like a good 2 days I sat in the back before? It was all happening one day. Okay, so I had sat in the back next to him, and you know, class started, whatever, and I'm just like, hey, like you like get up.
You didn't elbow me.
I didn't elbow you?
I don't remember.
You were sleeping.
Hey, get up.
I was just like why you keep sleeping, something like that. And then I think I don't know what that's why I can't remember. I can't remember what the conversation was, because obviously we're not talking that much because we are in class. I think I was like trying to tell him like this is what we're supposed to do, like just trying to get him on track or whatever. And then I was just like, do you have Facebook? And you just yell whatever. And then I was like, okay, so give me your Facebook and then, you know, we'll talk from there, whatever. So I backed him. And I did always see you looking at me when I like walked out of the classroom. So like I would like do my little extra switch on purpose. Walking down the hallway, because I always knew. And then it was like one time I actually looked back and I caught him looking at me, and I'm just like,
alright, so question number 2. Do you guys ever get sick of each other?
You answered that.
So I feel like it's not about being sick with each other. It's just obviously we need space. So I feel like even if it is playing a game or going for a walk or whatever it is, I feel like that's regular for anybody to just have own personal space or like me time at some point in time.
Not me. I feel like, you know what it is? It's not space. I feel like I'm the kind of person, one, I like, as long as he's not annoying me. I think that's my thing. When he annoys me, I need space. On a regular.
So you need space.
No, but it's just like, do you get sick of each other? And I think like she means like just being there. And I'm just like, obviously if we argue, I'm gonna be like sick of you and I don't want you around me. But on the regular, I don't get sick of you. You get sick of me, but I don't get sick of you. Like even if we're not doing anything at all, if I just know he's there, like my feet can touch him or whatever, and I'm not talking to him or anything,
Can my feet touch you?
No, they cannot. If y'all want to see a clip of his feet, like, comment, and subscribe.
It's amazing.
No. But as long as like I feel him in like my area, I feel like I just feel fine. I don't even have to speak to him. I could be on my phone the entire time, or I could be just doing whatever. As long as he's just there, so I don't get sick of him. Even though, like, I will always tell you when I'm in my room office situation, I just want to know that you're behind me. And he never wants to come in my room and just sit on the couch while I'm doing whatever it is that I'm doing. But I just like knowing that he's there, so I don't get sick of him.
Or me time when you having you time.
No, but I like us time. I guess it's not healthy. I don't care. I just like knowing that you're there. Maybe I have stuff. You know what? Do you remember that I had separation issues?
I do.
Quick story. I remember it was so bad. I guess I'm a clingy person. I remember one, I didn't really like my job. But when I used to work at American Eagle, do you remember the time that I had to leave and I didn't want to leave you? And I stood out of American Eagle and I like bawling, crying. And I was just like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go to work. I just want to be with you. But it was both. It was just like, I enjoyed being with him so much. And then it's just like, I didn't really like work. So it was just like, my heart was breaking to go inside of that. Yo, I was like, it was it. I couldn't even work. But yeah. Clingy. What has marriage taught you as a person and a partner? It is. So they're basically asking, how have you grown, or what have you learned as an individual, you just being a man, and what have you learned being as a partner? Yeah, like with somebody. So I guess I'll start. I guess as a partner, it's taught me to be patient. Marriage has taught me to, I guess, kind of consider your feelings. You agree? I don't know. I feel like it has taught me to be kind. I feel like I wasn't such a kind person when I met you. But I guess that's like considering each other's feelings, because I don't know, I still am a very like blunt person. I say it how I feel it, and you know, that's that. But then I had to learn, like, okay, how can I say it better? Because maybe they're not going to receive it
the same way.
They're not going to receive it the same way that I'm giving it all harsh and blunt. So that was something I kind of had to work on, and it wasn't easy. It took a long time. What else have marriage taught me? Taught me how to cook better. I feel like before, guys, y'all think I could cook, but literally before George, I wasn't cooking a damn thing. I wasn't cooking. I was like
cooking the basics.
I was cooking the basics,
macaroni,
like and spaghetti. Like, I wasn't cooking nothing that lasted probably more than half an hour. But so marriage has taught me to cook, has taught me to be patient, be kind, just considering you. What else has marriage taught me? As an individual, I feel like one, I have learned to be less angry. There is no place, one, as an individual, it's not good to have so much anger in you and, like, you know, projecting that into your marriage, but projecting that onto other people as well. But there's no place for anger in marriage anyway. So that's like a duo. It taught me as a person and as a partner that I have to be slow to anger. So that was a big thing for me, because you remember I was a firecracker, and it just wasn't good for my mental health, and it wasn't good for us. So that was one of the biggest self things that I learned that also helped us. So what about you?
I will agree with what you said. Mine is the cooking. But for self though, I would say just being a better provider, and not only like obviously when you're by yourself, you do things for yourself, buy things for yourself, but now you have to save money for other things.
Others, yeah.
So like dates or surprises, just different things like that. I feel like when you married, and just as a man, you just carry yourself differently. And I feel like that's what, you know, that's one of the roles that you step into. You know, the difference between different females, or when you at work, you know,
or even your friends.
Even,
the friends that you keep. That's a big thing for me too.
It took a long time for me to really know the difference, or who I should keep carrying on
from being like single into like dating, and then into being a married man. Yeah.
So I feel like that was a big thing for me.
Me too.
But once the ring is on the finger,
that's it, baby.
Got no choice.
That's it, baby.
What was the moment that you knew that you was in love with me?
The moment I knew. Okay. So, without giving too much away, because obviously we're going to talk more about our relationship in the future. Yeah. But, oh my God, guys, I don't even want you here because I don't want you to get all, you know, big-headed or whatever. But, literally, this man is like no man I have ever known. Like, he's like no man I have ever known. So I kind of knew, and it's very cliche, but I kind of knew from Jump Street. Remember, I was the one who said I love you first. I kind of knew from Jump Street that something was different. Like, it was like, excuse me? Like, and the thing is, like, look, I like a hood booger. I love me a little thug, right? So when I met you, pants sag and all whatever, but it's just like those kind of guys also are stereotyped to be bad guys. They're unfaithful, they're mean, they're all these things. And so it's just like I was attracted to that because you were kind of like that. I mean, well, your appearance was very thug life, but your personality wasn't. It was literally the complete opposite, and it kind of like took me by surprise. I was just like, what is this? Like, you look like what I like, and you kind of act like what I like too. So it was literally the best thing in the world. So I remember it was since, you know, like and it sounds horrible, guys, but it's just like no guy has ever like bought me things, held the door open. I didn't know nothing about that. So it was just like the simple things like that kind of like took me by surprise. And then I've never gotten flowers from a man, and it was my birthday. It was like the first birthday that when you met me that year, and I had told you that I had mentioned that to him, like, you know, no guy has that, because when we first started talking, we were just like venting to each other because we were both in horrible relationships. So he heard me say that I've never gotten flowers from a guy. Right. And I remember being in class, and he texted me, like, you know, he was outside of my door, whatever, because one, he never went to his classes because he didn't care about school. So he texted me that he was outside, and when I came outside, homeboy had a bouquet of flowers for me. And we were just friends. We weren't even like, we weren't even did we even have our first kiss yet? I don't even think we did? Yes. Oh, I laid it on you. So, but we were still just friends though, even though we did kiss. Yeah. And it was then I knew, I was just like, oh yes, like this is how I fell in love. And then I kind of kept it hidden because I'm just like, I'm not about to be like, that was only a month in, and I felt that. I told him that I loved him first. It was probably like 4 months in. It was close because I know 6 months you proposed. It was like 4 months in, summertime, and that's when he still had a girlfriend. And I was just like, I love you. What you gonna do about her? Wow. What you gonna do? You gotta do something, because she can't be here with me loving you. So, yeah. So that's how I knew. It was the little things for me, but you were just different. What about you? When did you know you loved me?
I feel like for me, basically it was the same. You know, we used to go to the lab.
Yeah.
And we used to just sit in the lab, and like I said, we were just friends, but we would just sit there for hours, talking about anything on the computer. So things like that, it was just way different for me. And I called her my Mona Lisa. I'm like, yo, you different. Like, what is this? Like, everything that was going in my life, she was the opposite. So it could be going wrong with my ex, but it was going right with her, and we were just friends. So I felt like just that alone was crazy.
But okay, so I don't think I ever asked you this, but when you started feeling, because I told you that I love you first, right? And you didn't love me back. Well, you didn't say it, and I don't.
I think I said it.
No, you didn't. You didn't love me back. You didn't love me back, guys. I said it, and that was it. And I want to know, when you heard me say I love you, and you didn't say it back, and you said it like later down the line, what was it from that moment to then that was just like, okay, I do love her now, because I didn't love her before?
I feel like the love was always there, but just like you said, we was in between doing our own thing. So I guess I wasn't just ready that yet to commit. And then I was just like, you know what? I gotta do it.
So you loved me, but you wasn't ready to commit?
I believe so.
I believe so.
Sticking with that.
Well, whatever. Fine. Next question.
What does submission look like in your marriage?
Okay, so I guess I'll start because I was the one that struggled with it the most. When I met George, I was super independent, didn't need no one. That's just how I always was. I made my own money. I did everything for myself, didn't ask for anything. Huh?
No, good.
Yeah, so it was, I don't know, I didn't know how to. So it was just like, I'm not going to kind of thing. So I remember, we were dating, I literally, like, I hated when you always bought something. I'm like, no, I gotta treat you, I gotta do this and whatever. And that's like a part of submission, just letting somebody kind of like take control. And that's what it was for me. Somebody's taking control of me. So yeah, so we kind of went through marriage counseling and we talked about it, and I'm just like, yeah, I'll submit, I'll be that wife, I'll whatever, like it's like I lied. But it was the first year of marriage when it got real, and it was just like, no, you're a wife. And we kind of like, because we were like learning what Christian marriage really was, and and going into what it means to be a Christian wife and a Christian husband and the things like that. I was just like, damn, all right, so we gotta figure this out. Mind you, I don't know if I touched the money. We had separate bank accounts. I knew what was going on in his. He didn't know what was going on.
You gotta tell everybody that. Times have changed now.
Yeah, it's different now. I'm telling you, I came a long way. But yeah, I just couldn't see myself letting somebody be over me or giving me final decision or telling me what to do. It was just a thing, and it became a really, really big problem with us. And then, obviously I had to pray about it and things like that. So it's just like, I don't know if you see me now, anytime like anything we have to do, I'm just like, okay, let's talk about it together. Or I'll ask you, what do you think about this? And that was so hard for me, guys. But what it looked like in our marriage, it looks like a work in progress.
Yes. Which is fine.
Yeah, which is absolutely fine.
Not everybody's perfect, but the goal is to do, the thing is to know the goal.
Yeah.
And to keep working towards it.
Yeah, that's perfect, because it went from me just like, no, like you're not going to take control of anything, to now where he handles all the finances, like bills. He knows the money that comes in, out, whatever. His say is just like final, and that's probably the only thing that I've let go of so far. But I feel like it took a lot out of me because that was my baby, and I guess that's what I had to let go first, was my baby. My baby was my money, and yeah, child, my money. And so once I let go of that, it was just like, okay, so what's next? But submission looks like a work in progress.
Yes.
Yeah, but we're doing good though. I think I'm doing better.
We're doing good.
The last question for the night.
Last one.
What
we got?
So we have, what was your favorite memory from the wedding?
Favorite memory from the wedding?
He cried the entire time. Sorry.
Not the entire.
Can I insert a picture? Can I insert the picture? No?
Sure.
Can I?
Well, that only happened because I feel like that was a special day, and I was just like, yo, I'm marrying this girl, or I married this girl. I'm so happy. So in times of even like we was eating dinner, I'm just like with the fork in my hand. I'm just like, what's wrong? I'm like, yo, I'm happy. So I feel like that's an exciting day. So, but the best memory, I would say, the best one. Towards the end, everything was great, but once we finished, the hotel we was in gave us a free night, a free 1 day, 1 night stay, something like that.
Yeah.
And they brought food to us, breakfast, I think.
Yeah, breakfast and
bed, and you know how I go. So I like that. That was good, cause after everything we've been through, you know, the whole morning, I think like it rained a little bit. Just was a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, and our marriage story was crazy.
Like just the wind down was the best for me.
For me, the best. You know what? I don't want to copy you. After the wedding was the best memory for me too, because we got married in Barbados, for those who don't know, and then after we went on our honeymoon in Bermuda.
Yes.
But
cruise.
Yeah, the cruise to Bermuda, that was amazing. I think that was my best memory. We had so much fun. Oh my god, we had so much fun. Okay, but I guess if I had to choose like the wedding, like in the ceremony and all that, not after, it would be oh,
I know what you
what
the singing part.
The singing?
Remember when the karaoke?
Oh, we had karaoke at the wedding. That was hilarious. No, but that wasn't my favorite.
Oh, okay.
My favorite would have had to be walking down the aisle to you.
Okay, with granddad.
Yeah. So my granddaddy, he passed, but it was something that I wanted so bad because he was like the best man in my life, and I knew that I was going towards the second best man in my life, and the moment between the two, it literally, like, I caught an anxiety attack because I was like so overwhelmed. So literally right before we started walking, I was just like and I started like tearing, and our brother had to be like, yo, relax, like it's okay, like, you know, like you get through this. But it was just thinking like, I have my granddaddy, and then he's up there, he doesn't really know how I look, and you know, like this is happening, and it was just joy. I wasn't scared, but I did have anxiety.
I felt that too.
It was just, I don't know, it was just a good moment, and I always remember that moment. Yeah, it was really good. If I find footage of it, I will insert it because I did, it was really good. Yeah. Well, that's it for part 2. We didn't really want to go in much detail about certain things because obviously there are going to be more segments of Bird Talks.
Right.
And we want you to stay tuned. So thank you guys for watching again. We appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe. And we'll keep delivering more of Bird Talks. So see you guys later.